name is Troy Dayak. I am the founder and president of West Coast Soccer here in Northern California. Let me tell you a little bit about my background in my sport, which is soccer. I represented the USA in both the U.S. youth national team levels, Junior World Cups, U16, U18, U20 in Saudi Arabia, and also participated on the full national team and represented our U.S. Olympic team in Barcelona in 1992. I played professional soccer for over 17 years. I've had the fortune to win 4 national championships in 3 national leagues here in America. 2 in Major League Soccer, which we call MLS, and 1 in the NPSL, the National Professional Soccer League, and 1 in the APSL, the American Professional Soccer League. I've also had the fortune to coach in 3 national championship games and won 3 national championships as a youth coach. Over my years as a player, I've had several career-ending injuries. In fact, I've had 10 surgeries due to soccer-related injuries. One was the goalkeeper came out and collided with the top of my head and compressed the disc in my neck and exploded 2 discs right in the middle, C5, C6. The doctors recommended that I retire and not play the sport again. I was determined to come back and play soccer. So I went ahead and had the surgery, C5, C6 spinal fusion, where they take a bone out of your hip and they insert it into the area that they clean out in your vertebrae, and it's supposed to fuse around the entire vertebrae and hopefully get back to playable status. That was a difficult time. As you know, in the player's career, the injury time that you're down is always a very distracting time and hard time with a lot of challenges. After over a year of recovery and strengthening exercises, I was able to return to soccer and continue to play. Throughout my career, I've also had multiple ankle injuries, ankle surgery, sports hernia surgery, hip surgery, and groin surgery. So over 10 surgeries that I've sustained from playing soccer. It's a tough sport. Most people don't realize how physical it is. I've obviously left a lot of DNA across the fields in America. My last injury was an ACL injury that took place in the MLS game. But prior to that, I've had 2 other surgeries. So I've had 3 ACL surgeries on my knees, and 1 was a complete reconstruction of ACL, PCL, LCL, and MCL. During that comeback in the year with my ACL reconstructive surgery, I had a severe infection called cellulitis that ate away at the ligament that they had put in replace of the torn ligament. In fact, I'll give you a little bit of a demo, so if you're squeamish, you might want to turn away. But my knee basically was not secure in the area here where the MCL and the PCL connect, and therefore my knee was really loose. As you can see, there's a lot of play within that ligament. Pretty nasty. Believe it or not, I played 2 national championships with that knee just the way it is. I sustained this injury, and the only way to come back and really participate at the level that I was playing at was to strengthen the musculature around the knee, around the joints, and around the existing ligaments that I had left in the knee. So basically I had to get as strong as possible in the hamstring and the quad areas. This was an extremely difficult time of a lot of weights and a lot of therapy, but I was able to come back and I was able to play again. In fact, in 2001, I was named Comeback Player of the Year for Major League Soccer, and basically had to teach myself all over again how to kick a ball, because every time I would swing to kick the ball, you can imagine the ball was going out of bounds every time, and I was like, what's going on here? So the looseness in my knee as the muscles were in relaxed mode would cause like a flex in the knee, and basically I would shank a lot of shots like a golf shot. So more and more strengthening exercises to stabilize the knee and get the muscles really strong around the knee. In 2005, unfortunately, I tore the ACL again in my knee. So I was 4 years later, was able to play and continue to play with that strengthening mechanism and training that I did. Which brings me to my meeting with Bill and Topical Gear and the ACL tube. I wish there was an ACL tube back then for me to use and to train with and to play with, as I think it would be very beneficial for the type of injury that I sustained. I coach now the girls program here at West Coast Soccer, and I primarily focus on the U14 to U19 age, plus a WPSL team that I coach and operate. And as you may be aware or may not be aware, in female soccer players, the challenge is the start and stop. So the explosiveness of starting and cutting side to side, laterally, and also the ability to slow down as quick as possible are some of the things and areas that that I see that we need help with in the female soccer player. The ACL tube, in my opinion, would help with multiple areas, as the players that I've seen. In fact, we've had 3. This is the first year that we've had so many ACL tears with female soccer players in my club. On my Wildfire team, we had 3 ACL injuries. Most of the time, obviously, I'm involved with injury prevention and going through as much rehab and rehabilitation programs and exercise that I've had over the years. I've always shared that with my players. Unfortunately, we have to send our players kind of off to high school in different areas here in California, and multiple players that play for our club and club team now go back to play in high school soccer, mostly on turf. I think all the fields are pretty much turf fields, and it's about 3 months with a lot of games crammed into a short amount of time. This is a difficult period for us. We have had players come back with slight tears, partial tears, and then as they come back into the club atmosphere where they're training in a different regimen, we sustained 3 ACL injuries over this last 2016 period. So talking with Bill and Topical Gear, we brought them out to our tournament, the West Coast College Showcase here in Northern California, and they did a great job of fitting some of our players that had some potential injuries and past injuries. We had one of our players that has a current ACL that is just on the mend, and she's been cleared by the doctor. She's wearing it, and just the ACL tube and the patch areas that initiate that muscle expansion or torque is something that really I think is beneficial for our players in our club. It's something that we want to mandate for our players so that we can prevent injuries. Most of the time that I've seen players that have had an injury, it's usually on a standing foot where they're either planted, or maybe they went to cut and they're on one foot, or they're trying to avoid something and just didn't stop in time or slow down or got caught. So obviously the way that the ACL tube works will really help that 1 foot plant situation. I'm sure you guys will have a lot of information to share and talk about there at the meeting. We're looking forward to our relationship with Topical Gear. We're really excited about the product. In fact, we had some old referees that were top level referees, college level referees, professional level referees that were at our showcase and at the West Coast Cup, and they actually wore the ACL tube and were amazed with how good they felt during and after the game. And I could see where that would be beneficial, especially with a loose ligament knee like I have. and being able to have that muscle firing a little bit in advance to secure those ligaments and those areas around the knee joint could be very beneficial. So we're looking forward to our relationship and the future of what this topical gear brings to the industry. Thank you for your time, and I hope you guys all have a great time, and I look forward to seeing you soon.